Alright, I just ended my stream. Welcome back to everyone that just watched my stream. The Sulfur Cubes and the Sulfur Capes are now available and accessible on Bedrock Edition Preview 26.20.23. April Fool's is expected tomorrow, as well as another patch for 26.1. Had a lot of fun messing with the Sulfur Cubes on stream just then. I even gate crashed Silent Whisperer's world because it's Bedrock Edition and I can do that, even on a snapshot. I basically tried to cover as much as possible because there are a lot of quirks that I still have not figured out myself. But I did not try this on stream, mostly because it was kind of hard to pull off. But this is a honey block inside a Sulfur Cube. I'll go through everything with the Sulfur Cubes and the caves, but I want to try this first. I have a little ledge that I'm going to punch the cube onto. I'm going to try to make the cube stick on the ledge here. Let's see, I'll get it eventually. There we go. See how it's sticking to the top? I need the perfect ricochet. No! It works with slime as well. There! No, stay there. Stay. Maybe I have to like make a long ledge. What about now? Wow, it's really like preserving so much momentum. Are you serious? Stay there. Stay. Okay, I have an idea. Hold on. Oh. I don't know how long it takes for these things to grow up. It's squishing. That's the subtitle. I have an idea. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay, now it's just gonna stick forever. I mean, I guess I could have done this too. They stick to the top and this guy's just gonna keep bouncing. I don't think this guy knows how to stop moving. Welcome to drop 2 of 2026. For everyone from the Twitch stream, he's still vibing. Alright, so if we go into spectator mode and fly all the way down here, we can already observe the presence of a sulfur cave. There's one right underneath the testing area. We have 2 different block families, as we know, cinnabar, and we have the sulfur. You can see the sulfur cubes already spawning naturally in here, but to locate these caves, there is a certain structure that spawns at the top. I've already damaged the one over here. I'm gonna have to find another one. Okay, I have to unload these chunks now. Okay, let's see if we can find another cave. The fact that I'm on Bedrock Edition makes this really challenging for me to properly investigate everything going on with this update. Oh, this one is much bigger. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So to locate one of these caves, you have to look for a surface structure called a sulfur spring. It's right in the middle of the plains biome. So this is a sulfur spring. You might be a little disappointed by how miniature it is. Subtitles noxious gas. So the sulfur spring has sulfur blocks and potent sulfur at the bottom, which is creating this noxious gas. If I get inside it, you'll notice I'm getting nausea, which is exactly what we expected from Minecraft Live. What's more interesting is that this is not an actual block, or I can't determine whether it is yet. So if I do this, let's put water inside. So now this is going to create a noxious gas. And if I extend an observer block over here, and let's break this block, you'll notice there is no redstone signal at all. If I place it back, creating the gas again, nothing happens. So I don't really know whether this is a different block. It seems like it is not. I really hope more is done with this block because right now it seems pretty simple. So if I dig all the way down and I follow the blocks all the way down, I will eventually hit a giant sulfur cave right here. It really does have the same functionality as an azalea tree, so the memes will keep coming, I guess. Alright, so we have the sulfur blocks here. You can see they have a little bit of a more desaturated feel compared to what we saw in Minecraft Live. These are all pickaxe blocks, by the way, so if I can mine it, that's what it is. There are mobs around me. Don't! See if I can quickly mine these blocks as well. That's what it sounds like, and that's the speed of the block breaking as well. Fine! Oh, this is spam click. I'm in spam click terrain. Alright, so obviously this is the cube. And yes, you can put the cube inside the cube. And there we go. That's the entire family of sulfur and cinnabar on the top. Now you'll notice the keen eyes among you. They have changed the cinnabar block. Now, it seems to be a spider. It's got 8 legs now. A 3-segmented spider. Alright, I'm gonna head back out to my original area. Please, I hope he's still... No! No! I shouldn't have left. I'm actually so sad about that. What the heck? I didn't know that spiders in Minecraft had 3 segments. I knew the cave spider had 3 segments, but not the regular spider. So now I know why I can assume. Mayang is telling us that probably there's not going to be a new mob coming to the game. That's an insect. It's probably a light bulb. Okay, so this is how the sulfur cube works. All right, let's put a generic block in like planks. We can do that by simply right-clicking. And then you just punch it. Generally speaking, they're pretty bouncy by simply punching it regularly. Right now, it's unclear. Yes! Oh my god, he's staying there. So what you can do is simply put a block inside and you can punch it. It's unclear right now whether it's strength related or knockback related. Because if I give myself a lot of strength and then hit it, it really doesn't go that far away compared to what it was before. You can see I've cleared all my effects again. I'll put another block inside and punch it again. You can see it doesn't really have a difference. But if I give myself knockback 2 and put that inside and hit it, it launches a lot faster. All right, so log sulfur cubes have a generic bounciness to them. Let's put some blue ice ice, and you can see just by nudging it, it really slides away. In contrast, by putting some planks inside, by simply pushing it, it sort of stops. It's got friction inside. Just a little nudge, and it's gonna go right off the ledge. Grass blocks, you can see immediately that you can really put almost anything inside these sulfur cubes. No, don't. You won't be able to put things like TNT, command blocks, operator blocks like that. Glass also doesn't work. Anything that's fully transparent, or any blocks that have functionality or block data, you can't put them inside. All right, so grass, if you punch it, it doesn't really go as fast or as quickly as a bouncy plank block. So this one's sort of like in the middle. You can also just replace the block here by simply right-clicking with another one, or you can shear it to get rid of the block as well. Soul sand and soul soil have a very interesting one as well, because you can't really like do anything with it. So you can compare this to like iron blocks and netherite blocks later on, where it's just heavy, but you can still knock them around. But anything with like soul sand and soul soil, you really can't do anything with it. So knowing you can put a lot of different blocks inside this sulfur cube, let's say right now it's really resistant because it's got soul sand inside. Let's say I wanted to make it no longer so resistant. So I'm gonna put some oak planks inside this dispenser, and then if I activate this dispenser, it changes, and now I can punch it away. So definitely a very well thought through mechanic. This is a sulfur cube with white wool inside. If I just sort of nudge it off, it floats to the ground relatively slowly. In comparison, let's put some grass blocks inside. If I push it down, it falls really fast. However, let's put netherite inside. Let's push it down, it just collapses. We'll talk about buoyancy in a second because that's also really important. You can see this cube is just floating. You'll know that obviously if you put this guy inside the water, it's not going to float. Oh yeah, you can give him a face tattoo as well. There's one more. If you put a mushroom block inside and you sort of nudge it, it does slide around a little bit, but not very fast. I guess related to this, if you put a shroom light inside, you can see it's sort of glowing. It's a little bit emissive, but it's not actually glowing. There's no light source emitting from this. So these are all the known archetypes. He's still bouncing. So Trashstar created a list or a pastebin of all of the sulfur cube items with every single block within the sulfur cube archetypes. I'll leave all of that in the description of the video. So let's put him inside a bucket, shall we? So we can do this by simply grabbing an empty bucket. It's got a netherite sulfur cube. Let's put it inside a bucket. And now I have a bucket of sulfur cube contains block of netherite. This is going to remember the block you have. Effectively, you can now transport blocks inside buckets. But you'll notice if I punch him in, he's going to start sinking in the water because it's so freaking heavy. But if you replace it with, let's say, white wool like this, it's going to float back to the surface because wool is lighter than netherite. So you can really just make this block do so many different things. You can also lead these blocks around. So let's put it on a leash and I can... No! You can see the properties of both sulfur cubes are exactly the same, even though one of them is significantly heavier than the other. I'm trying to do like a Newton's cradle, but I really can't. So lots to play around with. You can see it's just like bouncing over here. It's kind of bugged inside the boat. The bottom half of it's cut off. But I'm going to be able to do a lot more with this, like put more custom blocks inside once it hits Java Edition. Right now, I'm kind of limited to vanilla experimentation, but there's a lot more to cover in the future. Oh, I forgot one last thing. So I'm going to put some planks in this one, netherite in this one. Gonna leash those two together. One's very light, one's very heavy. Watch what happens. Yeah, not so heavy now, huh? Yeah, this thing's dragging all the weight down. This doesn't make any sense.